Welcome back, everybody. Today we're doing a deep dive into the world of fenugreek. I'll admit, when I first heard we were covering this, I was like, fenugreek. Like, it's not exactly the first thing that comes to mind when you think of, like, a superfood or something. But then I came across this piece from Green Thyme Wellness, and wow, it totally changed my perspective. This tiny little seed has been used for centuries in traditional medicine, and now modern science is actually backing up a lot of its traditional uses.
Yeah, it's really fascinating, isn't it? Fenugreek almost seems to bridge this gap between ancient wisdom and modern science. And we're actually seeing studies now that validate its effects on things like blood sugar, digestion, lactation, and even more.
Right. It's like this treasure chest of natural remedies just waiting to be unlocked. So let's get into it. The source dives right into the nutritional profile of fenugreek, and it's really pretty impressive.
Yeah, I think what stands out the most to me is the variety of nutrients it has. You've got fiber, protein, iron, magnesium, manganese, vitamins A, B6, and C, plus it also has a good dose of antioxidants.
Yeah.
And I think this unique combination really contributes to its versatility and also the wide range of health benefits it offers.
Yeah, it's like it almost sounds too good to be true. I mean, some of these claims about fenugreek being this blood sugar superhero, can we really believe the hype?
Well, you're right to be cautious because while there's definitely scientific evidence that supports its role in blood sugar control, it's not a magic bullet or anything. The key really lies in compounds like soluble fiber and trigonelline, and these work together to slow down the digestion and absorption of carbohydrates.
So it's not about magically lowering blood sugar, but more about how our bodies actually process those carbs in the first place.
Exactly. And, this can be particularly helpful for people who are dealing with insulin resistance or even just for those who want to avoid those energy crashes and sugar cravings we all experience sometimes. Like imagine those afternoon sugar cravings hitting, really hard.
Yeah.
Fenugreek can actually help stabilize your blood sugar so you can avoid that energy slump and make healthier choices as a result.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. And it's actually really helpful to understand the mechanisms at play. So beyond blood sugar, the source also talks about fenugreek being a uh, digestive dynamo. What's going on there?
Again, fiber plays a really crucial role. Fenugreek is naturally very high in fiber, which is essential for healthy digestion. It helps regulate bowel movements and can even provide relief from constipation.
So it's like a good friend to our gut bacteria, keeping things moving smoothly.
Exactly.
Mm.
And there's also this fascinating thing called mucilage. And this is a gel-like substance that's released when you soak fenugreek seeds. And it has this soothing effect on your digestive tract, which can ease discomfort and reduce bloating and even acid reflux.
Wow, it's amazing how such a tiny seed can have such a big impact on our digestive system. But speaking of impact, one of the things that really caught my attention was fenugreek's potential role in weight management. The source even calls it a quote unquote weight loss wonder. Is that a bit of an exaggeration?
I think it's important to approach weight loss claims with a balanced perspective. So while fenugreek can definitely play a supportive role, it's not a miracle cure or anything. The high fiber content can help you feel full and satisfied, which naturally reduces calorie intake. And there is some research suggesting that it might have a positive effect on metabolism.
So it's more about helping you make healthier choices rather than magically melting away the pounds.
Exactly. Sustainable weight loss really requires a holistic approach. This encompasses things like diet, exercise, and overall lifestyle changes. Fenugreek can be a valuable tool in that journey, but it's not a shortcut.
Yeah, that's a really important point. It's about working with our bodies, not against them. But here's something I found truly remarkable. Um, the idea that fenugreek can actually enhance breast milk production. It seems like nature's built-in support system for nursing mothers.
It really is remarkable how nature provides for us. This is where phytoestrogens come into play.
Mm.
These are compounds found in fenugreek. They mimic estrogen's effects in the body and can actually stimulate milk flow. This makes fenugreek a natural galactagogue.
So it's like a natural alternative to some of the medications or supplements that are often recommended for boosting milk supply?
Yes, and for many women, it can be a safe and effective option. Of course, as with any natural remedy, it's always important to consult with a healthcare provider, especially during pregnancy or while breastfeeding.
That's a great reminder. It's always wise to err on the side of caution and get, professional guidance. But it doesn't stop there. The source also mentions potential benefits for heart health and hormonal balance, especially for women experiencing PMS or menopause. And then there's the talk about fenugreek potentially boosting libido and reproductive health for both men and women. Is there anything this seed can't do?
It certainly seems like fenugreek has a wide range of potential benefits. Some of these are still being explored and further research is needed, but the early findings are definitely intriguing.
Yeah, it makes you wonder how something so seemingly ordinary can have such powerful effects. So we've covered a lot of like internal benefits.
Yeah.
But the source also highlights fenugreek's use in topical applications for skin and hair health. I'm definitely intrigued by this aspect.
Right. It's packed with antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds that can do wonders for your skin and hair. Fenugreek can help combat acne, soothe irritation, and even promote hair growth by strengthening the follicles. The source even includes a DIY hair mask recipe using fenugreek powder, coconut oil, and aloe vera.
Okay, you've officially piqued my interest. But before we jump into those recipes, I think it's important to address like the elephant in the room. Fenugreek has a bit of a reputation when it comes to taste. Some people love it, while others find it a bit challenging. What are your thoughts on that?
You're right, it does have a distinct flavor. Some describe it as slightly bitter, earthy, even a little maple syrupy. It's not for everyone, but many people actually enjoy the unique taste. And if you're not a fan of the taste on its own, there are ways to mask it or use it in smaller quantities.
That's good to know. So it's about finding what works best for you and your individual preferences. And there's always the option of capsules if you really can't stomach the flavor but still want to reap the benefits. But personally, I'm kind of excited to experiment with these recipes and see what all the fuss is about.
I think that's a great approach. It's all about exploring and discovering what works best for you.
Absolutely. And speaking of exploration, let's dive into those recipes the source provides. I'm especially curious about that hair growth oil you mentioned.
The hair growth oil is actually really quite simple to make. Basically, you soak fenugreek seeds in coconut oil and then add some castor oil. It's kind of like a little spa treatment right at home.
Yeah.
And it taps into like that traditional use of fenugreek for hair health.
I love that we're talking about like these practical applications because it really brings, the benefits of fenugreek to life. So let's like walk through some of these recipes. First up, we have the fenugreek detox tea. And the source says it's meant to like support digestion, balance blood sugar, and also reduce inflammation.
That's right. And what's great about it is it's surprisingly easy to make. You just need to soak like a teaspoon of fenugreek seeds overnight, boil them in a cup of water the next morning, then strain the tea. And if you want, you can add a little bit of lemon juice and honey.
That sounds like the perfect way to start the day. There's also this fenugreek and honey face mask for hydrating the skin, reducing acne, and also brightening the complexion.
Yes. It's a great example of how versatile fenugreek is. For this mask, you just mix some fenugreek powder with raw honey, and you can even add like a bit of plain yogurt if you want, for extra moisture.
Okay.
You just apply it to your face, let it sit for about 15 minutes, and then rinse it off. Super simple, natural, and effective.
Oh, I'm already like picturing myself with glowing skin, sipping my detox tea, just like totally refreshed. Okay, back to the hair. You mentioned a hair growth oil earlier. Tell me more about like how this one works.
So you gently heat the coconut oil and then add the soaked fenugreek seeds. You let them simmer for a little bit, and then once it cools down a bit, you add the castor oil, you strain the oil and store it in a jar. And you can massage this into your scalp a couple times a week, leaving it on for at least a half hour, 30 minutes before washing your hair.
So it's not just about promoting hair growth, but also nourishing and strengthening the hair from the roots.
Exactly. It's about, creating a really healthy environment for your hair to thrive.
Now, for those of us looking for like a more internal approach to boosting our well-being, the source also includes a fenugreek weight loss smoothie recipe.
Yeah, this one's packed with nutrients, fiber, and protein to keep you feeling full and energized. It's basically a blend of soaked fenugreek seeds, banana, spinach, avocado, almond milk, chia seeds, and then a touch of cinnamon.
Ooh, that sounds like delicious and nutritious. And finally, there's the fenugreek sprout salad. I have to admit, I've never sprouted fenugreek seeds before. Is it complicated?
No, not at all. You simply soak the seeds overnight, then allow them to sprout for a couple of days, rinsing them regularly. Once they've sprouted, you can toss them into a salad with like some chopped cucumber, tomato, red onion, fresh cilantro, and a squeeze of lemon juice.
Okay.
Super simple.
So we've got options for teas, face masks, hair oils, smoothies, and salads. It really is amazing how versatile fenugreek is.
Yeah, it really highlights how nature provides us with so many tools to support our health and well-being. It's just a matter of knowing where to look and how to use them.
Absolutely. And with all this talk of potential benefits and delicious recipes, I think it's time we revisit the elephant in the room,
Yeah.
the taste. Because let's be honest, fenugreek has a bit of a reputation, and it's not always positive.
Yeah, you're right. It does have a kind of a distinct flavor. Some people describe it as slightly bitter, earthy, even a little maple syrupy. It's not for everyone,
Yeah.
but a lot of people actually end up enjoying the unique taste. And if you're not a fan of the taste on its own, there are ways to, mask it or use it in smaller quantities so it's not as overwhelming.
That's a good point. Like, for example, adding honey or lemon to the detox tea could definitely help, like, balance the flavor. And there's always the option of capsules if you really can't handle the taste but still want to, experience the benefits.
Exactly. It's all about finding what works best for you and your, individual preferences.
Speaking of preferences, do you have a favorite way to use fenugreek? What, like, stands out to you as the most compelling benefit?
Hmm. I think for me, what really stands out is how fenugreek bridges that gap between ancient wisdom and modern science.
Yeah.
We're seeing studies now that validate its effects on, blood sugar, digestion, lactation, and even more.
Yeah, it's like this reminder that nature really does hold so much wisdom, and we're only just beginning to, like, rediscover its potential.
Absolutely. And I think that's what makes exploring these natural remedies so exciting. It's this journey of rediscovering the power of nature and and how it can support our well-being.
I love that perspective. It's not just about finding, like, these quick fixes, but about reconnecting with the natural world and understanding, like, the profound ways in which it can, like, nourish and support us. So as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of fenugreek, what's the one key takeaway you'd like our listeners to remember?
Hmm. I think the biggest takeaway is that something, as small and seemingly ordinary as a fenugreek seed can actually have a really profound impact on our health and well-being.
Yeah, it's a great reminder that nature often holds, the answers that we're looking for.
Exactly. And it, encourages us to kind of approach these natural remedies with curiosity and also an open mind, just like you did when you first started, researching fenugreek for this deep dive.
I have to admit, I'm leaving this conversation feeling like a lot more informed and even a little inspired to, like, start incorporating fenugreek into my own routine.
I think that's the beauty of, these
Yeah.
deep dives. They spark curiosity and empower us to really, like, take charge of our own health.
So to our listeners, we hope this deep dive has given you a new appreciation for this incredible little seed. Maybe you'll be inspired to try that detox tea, whip up a face mask, or even experiment with, sprouting your own fenugreek seeds.
And if you do give it a try, we'd love to hear about your experience. You can connect with us on social media or leave a comment on the show notes.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep into the wonders of the natural world. Happy discovering.